everyone. Welcome to the Youth Podcast. It is episode 4 of season 2. I'm your co host for today, Janelle. And joining me in hosting will be Sarah. Say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. And today, our topic will be about friendship. We will be talking about our takes on friendship, the ups and downs of friendship, and also how to nurture godly friendships. So, joining us for today, we have Jaden.
Why, hello there.
Hello there. We have Phoebe.
Hello.
Hi. And we have Ezra.
Hi.
Thank you. And Adriel.
Hello.
Hello to you too. And we have Ezekiel.
Hello, it is I.
Hi. And Gab.
Hello.
Hello. So, these are all of the lovely people who will be joining us today in talking about friendship. So, let's jump right into it. So, to start off today, we have our first question, which will be, what do you guys consider as some good qualities in a friendship? Maybe you could give like some of your top 3 qualities in a friendship. And we will start this question off by asking Gab.
For me, my top 3 qualities of a good friendship is first, godly friendship. That's the first thing. Because nowadays people get influenced easily, so we should choose our friends wisely. And second is the one with the same hobbies or goals in life, because how will you get along with those friends if you don't have the same goals or like hobbies? Just like mine's, I play basketball, so I have mostly of my friends are basketball players because we get easily and we understand each other properly. Okay, for the third one is the friends that got your back always. So for me, that's the most important thing in a friendship, because you might never know when will bad times happen. So you can ask them for help, and they can support you always. And that's pretty much about it. That's my top 3 quality in a good friendship.
Thank you, Gab. I agree with all of the points he said. I think those are very important in having a good friendship. So next, why don't we have Ezekiel tell him what does he look for in a friendship?
For my number one, it's actually the same as Quick Gab. They always have your back. For example, like who knows what you could go through. You can have hard times, you can have good times, but these friends will always stay with you no matter what. They will always have your back. They will be with you in those times, good times, bad times. Yeah. So for number 2, they understand you. Like people can be weird. They have their own stuff to do, but yeah, these friends can also understand you. Like whatever you do, they'll understand why you did that. Yeah, it could make them happy. So number 3, they're good listeners. Yeah, like you talk a lot. That's okay, as long as they listen. They'll understand what happens, and yeah, you can talk a lot, and they'll understand it. They'll immediately understand why you said all those things. Yeah, those are my top 3.
Thank you, Ezekiel. I agree. Being understanding in a friendship is one of the top qualities to consider when choosing your friends. And lastly, Adriel, what about you? What do you consider important in a friendship?
My first one is a loyal friend. The second one, a friend who is always by your side. The third one is a supporting friend. I think that's the 3 good qualities.
Thank you, Adriel, for sharing. And yeah, I agree with all of the points that everyone said. I think that, finding these qualities in a friend is very important, and that we need to actively choose friends who are understanding, who are loyal, and I'm sure that not only we have to look for those friends, but we have to be those friends as well. So thank you, everyone. So, yeah, we just started with a pretty lighthearted question. And now to move on to something a bit more serious, which is what was the last disagreement slash agreement you had with your friend, and what did you do to resolve it? Because, you need some positivity. And why don't we have Jaden start us off?
Thank you very much, Atta. So, the last major disagreement that I had with a friend of mine happened around 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. So, this friend, we're very close to each other. He's been with me for many, many years. But the last disagreement we had is when he okay, wait, this is gonna sound really dumb, but he played Minecraft without me, and then I got angry at that, but that was not it. The disagreement went longer than that. It's because he also, despite us being friends for so long, I don't feel like he has enough trust in me. He doesn't. He tells me the bare minimum of what's happening to himself. He doesn't really tell me anything too personal, and I felt a bit like saddened because I trust this person greatly, and I was a bit scared of the fact that maybe they didn't care for me as much as I cared for them. So that was like a burden for about a week. Then the issue was resolved when we had an honest to God conversation. I just said what I felt angry about, and ever since then, he's been trying his best to be better. Remembering that I exist, pretty cool, and I remember that he appreciates me. He's just less like vocal about it. So just remember that if you ever have a fight with a friend, it's the best way to resolve it is to have a talk with them. Because if you end a friendship, a really long one for that matter, because of a simple argument, then that's not what a real friend would do. You should always try your best to resolve issues. And back to you, Atta.
Thank you, Jaden. Yeah, that's really good advice. I think no matter how old you get, sometimes you just need to remember that all you need to resolve a friendship is just an honest conversation. And I'm thankful also that when you have good friends, just having these conversations, although they may be pretty scary to have, and you may get pretty anxious just thinking, what am I gonna say? Are they gonna understand what I'm gonna say? But yeah, if you're true friends and you guys you've been through with each other for a long time, when you have these sort of conversations, they'll understand where you're coming from, and they'll also, both of you will work to having a better friendship. So thank you, Jaden. And next, why don't we have Ezra tell us about the disagreement?
Well, I don't have a lot of arguments or a lot of fights with my friends because I don't like I don't like fighting with my friends, okay? If we did fight, it would take me a very long time to forgive them or to say sorry because I just need to process what just happened. So for me, I don't have a lot of arguments with my friends, but the thing that I could say about it is that you should understand your friend's perspective so you can see why they did that or why they thought of you like that way. And you should understand to have distance as well, but not too much distance, okay? A little distance. You don't need to be with them 24/7. You have to distance yourself from them so they can have time for themselves and you can have time for yourself. Yeah, that's what I.
Thanks for the advice, Ezra. Yeah, I understand and I agree that sometimes, like, even if you do or don't have a disagreement with someone, um, just having time for yourself to process the things that may have happened that maybe you feel um, like went wrong, or something that happened that just made you feel sad. Like sometimes just having time to yourself to figure out all of these feelings and thoughts is what you need so you could come back and be a better friend. And lastly, how about Shara tell us about her experience?
Okay, I don't really remember our last disagreement that I had with them, but I do remember one major one where we were um, planning something and we didn't agree on the same things. Even though me and them are very like close, we would get along very well, but then there will be some times where there's gonna be a disagreement on stuff. And I would agree with Ezra when she said that, distance yourself from your friends for a while, because it's important that you, like, how to explain, that you at least have some distance with that person so you won't get tired of like being with them, because then it's good to have like the balance that you still have time for yourself and you still have time for them. So how I basically dealt with it, how we both dealt with it, we both talked first and we had to explain that, even though it was kind of cold between us for like a few weeks because of that argument, it was okay at the end. And it's really good reminder that sometimes disagreeing with your friend is sometimes in a good way, because it just means that being with that person won't always be easy. So it's good to know that, there's a balance of stuff. So that's what I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Shara, for that. See, guys, what did we learn today? Communication is key. And yeah, I also agree what she said about friends with differences, because Shara said like there needs to be a balance between what you like and what your friends like. And I think sometimes in friendship, just finding the common ground between both of you and respecting the other person's preference is also another key to being a good friend. And that is AKA understanding.
Okay, so now let us go to our third question, which is, what did your friend do that positively impact you? So let us start with Phoebe.
Okay, so a friend supports me even after. How do I explain? Okay, so months ago, like basically last year, I had a rough time at some point, and I didn't really talk to that friend about it until after it happened. And well, they still stuck with me anyway, even though there was a bit of like miscommunication in between. They still stuck with me, like this friend and my other friends. They still stuck with me and they helped me like figure things out, and they gave me advice, and they listened to me and told me how to handle things, and that just makes me feel I don't know, it makes me feel good, because like I know that these friends will always stick with me even though things are rough, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Phoebe. So how about you, Ate Janelle?
So I am very blessed, first of all, to have so many friends and people that have done so many wonderful things for me. And the thing I want to talk about in particular today is when I was having a really hard time in school, because math and physics, they're not my forte, but we have to get through it sometimes. And while I was having this really hard time understanding what was going on in class, I was really blessed by God to have a friend who stuck by me and always helped me with understanding what was happening in class. I'm really thankful that took a lot of her own time to, spend time with me going over what was taught in class, help me understand where I went wrong in questions that I had wrong answers. And I just really felt so appreciative that she was so selfless in what she was doing, and that she was so patient as well. Because even though I messaged her at like 10 or like 1, she was always there to answer me. And just having a friend who's so patient and understanding, and like she never once got mad at me or felt frustrated even though I didn't understand, it made me want to be like that kind of person as well. And I think that the impact that she had on me, being so nice and so caring, is something that will definitely have a lasting impact on me. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share.
Okay, thank you, Ate Janelle. How about you, Adriel? What did your friend do that positively impact you?
I think making me be myself in public, and that's it. Not forcing yourself to smile.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let us go to the fourth question, which is a lightning round. So everybody will be speaking. So, what is one red flag in a friendship, and can you explain why it is a red flag? So let us start with Jaden.
Very much. My biggest red flag, and I think many of you would agree, is blatant dishonesty. If you lie to your friend, or it's not about the lack of telling you everything, it's the lack of telling the truth. If they lie to you, if they give excuses, for example, they might say that they're busy and then they go on to do something else when they're free, that's the biggest red flag for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, let us go next to Gab.
For me, one of the biggest red flags in a friendship is people who talk behind your back, because those kinds of people, they tend to give you bad attitude, but bad influence. You know what I mean? Because they're just, if you're talking to them, they're good to you, but when you're not talking to them, they're gossiping about you, they're gaslighting you. So I mean, it's a very important reminder for us to avoid those kind of people, because it's not good. It's not good to be friends with them. Thank you.
Okay, let us go next to Ezekiel.
So a red flag in a friendship is jealousy. Like, for example, you can do something, but they can't do that. You have something, but they don't have that. Like, so then they became jealous, and then that might ruin your friendship with them. So that's not really a good friendship, because they become jealous of you, and then they want to be like you. So then they try ways to do it, but then it never actually works out. So the friendship might stop. That's not a good thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kel. How about you, Adriel?
My red flags, about the 3 red flags in friendships, negative things to look out for is, mostly you guys answered the same answer. Talking behind your back and leaving you out of the conversation, forcing you to do stuff you don't want to, and gossiping about you, lying to you. So those are my biggest red flags about toxic friendship.
Okay, thank you, Adriel. How about you, Ezra?
My biggest red flag in a friendship is when I experienced this, so I know how it feels, but I'm in a good friendship right now, so that's great. My biggest red flag in a friendship is you're only friends with them. You're only friends with them because they benefit you benefit from them. Like being friends with them will get you something, which is like kind of why are you even friends with me if you're just um being friends with me because I'm like this and like that. Like that's not very friend. That's just taking advantage of the person. Yeah, that's my red flag.
Thank you, Ezra. I would totally agree with you. So, Phoebe?
I think like a red flag for me in a friendship is when they make you feel like you should be different from yourself. You know, like when they make you think, oh, why am I like this? Or I should change this about me or something like that. I don't really like that in a friendship. I think it's just not very good. Because like you should be yourself, and if anyone makes you feel like you shouldn't, then that just feels kind of wrong.
True. Okay, how about you, Ate Janelle?
So I actually wanted to answer the same one that Gab said, which is people who just in general talk behind other people's backs, because um, I sometimes you would think that people don't do this, like it would be common sense not to talk negatively behind other people's backs, but well, after like being in a friendship where I've seen it happen firsthand, you would realize like, okay, if they're saying this about someone else, then what could they might be saying things about you yourself, like to other people, and that just makes me feel like I don't want to be friends with people who needlessly spread negativity. So that's mine.
Okay, thank you, Ate Janelle. For mine, I would say that I would agree with all of you actually. They're really good, like really good red flags. But for me overall is not having trust in each other. The point where like all of them, I would say that like all of the points that you gave were actually into one where you don't have trust in a person where they gaslight you. You don't have the loyalty where you can't even trust each other, so why be in a friendship together if there's no trust there? I would say my red flag would be not being so open to each other, because in a way, like in the Bible it says that when there will be times where you'll go through hard stuff, your friend becomes already into a brother, into a sister, where you can go through stuff together. So it just means that you have to be more open with each other and be able to depend on each other when you need to. So yeah. Okay, for our last and final question, it is, do you think we can choose friends? And the verse to this is Proverbs 12:26. The righteous choose their friends carefully, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. So, what are your thoughts on this, Ate Janelle?
What I think is that, as we all know, friendships are something that come and go easily, right? So if you really want to be friends with someone, you put in the effort to be friends with this person. So it's really that it's who you choose to put the effort in. You choose to put effort in the friends who are loyal to you, who are understanding of you. So in that sense, you're choosing to be friends with this person because you're choosing to keep putting your energy into maintaining your friendship with this person. You keep asking this person to hang out. You ask this person to just do things with you, and also you confide in them about your problems. So in that way, you're choosing the friends who you think are the best fit for you. So that's what I received.
Okay, thank you, Ate Janelle. How about you, Jaden?
Well, I wholeheartedly believe that fate has a hand in everything. God always has a plan for our lives. But in the end, we always have a choice. We always have a choice to make our friends. And it's our decision to choose whether we will have a friend group that is righteous and holy and believes in God as well, or to have a bad influence of friends. So the Bible verse, it says that the righteous choose their friends carefully. We should choose our friends carefully because our friends are the people that makes us who we are. So if we are with a bad influence, we too will become a bad influence ourselves. So I do believe you can choose your friends. And I believe that we should choose our friends wisely. Thank you very much. Back to you, Char.
Thank you, Jaden. I really agree with you on that. How about you, Asika? What do you think?
I think we should be able to choose our friends, because if we don't choose our friends, like if we have no choice to choose, it's like we're gonna have a lot of friends, but then those friends weren't actually good friends. All the red flags, maybe they have all those red flags we just discussed about, and then eventually we just won't have any more friends in the end, because we didn't get to choose good friends, like Kijin said. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, everyone, for the last segment of our podcast today, we have the verse. And today's verse is Proverbs 18:24, which reads, "One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there's a friend who sticks closer than a brother." So, who would first like to share their revelations about this verse? Wait, I'll choose, so I'll call Ezekiel.
Yeah, it's related to the last question. Basically, we have to choose our friends wisely, like Pigeon said in the last question, because if we have good friends, then yeah, we'll be good influence. We'll also be a good influence, and then yeah, they might join in on this. They'll understand us, and yeah, that's basically all I have to say.
Thank you, Kel. And next, how about Ezra?
I think you should rely on your friend so that they will think that, oh, this person trusts me very much. So that means like we could be close and I can trust them too. Having trust is like one of that makes a friendship stronger.
Thank you, Ezra. And Gab, what did you receive?
Okay, let me read the verse. Proverbs 18:24. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So, just like what I said a while ago, we should choose our friends wisely. For me, in choosing a friend, there's two outcomes. It's either good or bad. Good, they're gonna stick by your side and they're gonna have your back whenever there's bad times. And second is they're gonna be bad influence. So that's the most important thing in choosing your friends. You should choose wisely and always know who to choose, and if they're gonna be either loyal or they're just gonna like talk behind your back and gaslight you or have bad influence on you. Pretty much about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gab. And what about Shara?
Okay. What I got from this verse is that Um, it's like they were saying, the last question was if we can choose friends. It it really means that you should be careful. You should be careful on choosing your friends, because there will be those friends that, even it says in this verse, those unreliable friends that who won't be able, like, you won't be able to depend on them. You can't be able to talk to them really. So it's something like that. It's better that, like in the Bible, it says iron sharpens iron. So when it comes to a friendship, you need to be depending, not only one person depends on that person, but you have to depend on each other for, like, for balance. So yeah, that's what I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Shara. And how about you, Adriel?
I'm still thinking about the answer I'm supposed to answer this question.
Don't worry, we can come back to you. Jaden, how about you?
How long can I make this?
As long as you want.
Perfect. Alright, so I had a friend back then in grade 3, long ago. It was on the Christmas of our school's class where we had a gift exchange for everyone. And I gave gifts to like 3 or 4 of my friends, but none of them gave a gift to me. And that was a bit. It felt a little bit depressing. I remember back then I cried because of that. But there was one friend I had. We weren't really that close. But despite that, she remembered to give me a gift. It was a very small gift. But I felt really appreciated. And that it reminded me of this verse, a friend that sticks closer than a brother. And ever since that day, I've been like impacted where I'm fine with giving gifts but not getting gifts back. It's all right if I don't receive anything. But when it was my birthday this year, and JD, and even Shara gave me a gift for my birthday, I felt so appreciated. I felt so happy because I didn't realize that many people were willing to give me something. And that made me realize that the youth aren't just my friends. They're also my family. So this verse, a friend that sticks closer than a brother, I think it applies for all of you're all my friends. And I really care about all of you. Sorry if I took a little bit long at the journal. Back to you.
It's alright, Jaden. Thank you for
Emotional.
thank you for your sharing. And yeah, shout out to all of those people and to the youth. Yes. How about Phoebe? What did you receive?
A friend that sticks closer than a brother. That's a lot already in itself. Cause like, sure, your siblings have been with you like your entire life, basically, or however long. But like, there are friends who stick closer than them because they're still with you even if you're in your ups or your downs, and that's a lot on its own. I don't know what I'm saying, I'm rambling. But like, you can choose your friends, that's true. And like, it would be good to choose people who stick with you even though you're in your rough times or in your good times, and be that friend as well that sticks with other people closer than a brother even. Yeah.
Thank you, Phoebe. Adriel, are you ready?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, we can choose our friends, but we have to choose wisely.
Thank you for your revelation on that. And my personal revelation is that being reliable, being trustworthy, and being honest are some of the key things in having a solid friendship. And when you catch up with your friends when they're going through a rough time, when you pray together, and when you basically just make God the foundation of your friendship, these are the friendships that are not only going to that you're gonna want to stay strong, but they will stay strong because you guys, people in general will cultivate these good habits in order to sustain this friendship. So, yes, these friendships, that when you have good friendships and when you sustain having these good habits in a friendship, are what makes friendships that will be as strong as familial bonds. So, yeah, that's what I received from this verse. And with that, we close out today's podcast episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And we hope all of you received something just as much as we did from today's episode. And as always, God bless you all. Shalom.